Hey, good evening, everybody. I hope you are well. So, big shout out to those of you that are going to be joining us on the replay this evening. I've got a pretty, losing my words this evening, um, just a very kind of quick overview. This won't go for as long as what the other classes have gone for. I will be doing a more in-depth class coming up on Wednesday with respects to the emotional aromatherapy side of it, which will give you a bit more of a better understanding of how they work with our neurochemistry and how they can support us with managing our emotional responses and, cultivating emotional resilience, but also for our mood as well. So that class will be going deeper into it. This one, I kind of wanted to keep it light and fun. So I will be providing, a bit of scientific information. I found a really cool research paper, well, actually two of them today in my research, but I wanted to keep it short and simple and to really honor your time. So I'm hoping if I don't rant too much, to keep it under half an hour, and I reckon I can do that. So let's move through it, shall we? I have aptly titled this one Calm Your Farm, because I think that we all need those moments when we can provide rest and relaxation for ourselves to de-stress and to, allow ourselves to switch off from the overwhelm and the intensity of modern life. Yeah. So the hidden dangers of modern living is as your modern lifestyle becomes more demanding, you can find yourself struggling with finding a balance between work, family, and leisure. Hands up if you felt that. I know that we all have, yeah? So you can also begin to experience sensory overload, particularly with the bombardment of technology, yeah? So I'm not going to go too in depth in that, but I know that you can fill in the gaps of how you perceive that in your life. And that also goes to show of when you're driving around and you have all these signs and everything, we're always picking up on so much sensory information in our external environment. And that's a lot to process. It kind of amplifies the mental load that we carry throughout the day. So that can then, lead to you worrying or getting anxious about all the things. Yeah, particularly if you're a woman and we have the tendency to micromanage all this stuff inside of our head. Yeah. So the not so good thing about that is it actually triggers the cortisol levels in your body to rise, which creates an unhealthy stress response. So what is stress? Stress is the body's natural reaction to harmful situations, whether they're real or perceived. It's a chemical reaction occurs in your brain that your body will respond to in various ways. So this includes your heart rate increasing, your breathing quickens or perhaps becomes a lot shorter, your muscles can tighten, and also your blood pressure can rise. Stress symptoms can affect your body, your thoughts and feelings, and also your behavior. Yeah. So being able to recognize common stress symptoms can give you a bit of a jump start on managing them. And if stress is left unchecked, which happens a lot, it can actually lead to many health problems, and maybe not in the immediate future, but the long-term damage of stress is pretty intense. And there's so much research now available that you can access online. Just, pop in, stress in the body in Google, or the, long-term effects of stress, and it will bring you up all these different research papers and stuff that you can peruse. So what is anxiety? Anxiety is a general term for several disorders that cause nervousness, fear, apprehension, and worry. These disorders affect how we feel and behave and can cause physical symptoms that can often be emotionally and psychologically paralyzing. If you've ever experienced anxiety, like I know when I have felt it in my body, it's this consuming and constrictive feeling. It's almost like my body has been hijacked, and I, in that moment just don't have the ability to make rational decisions or even make any decisions, and I can freeze. Yeah. Anxiety disorder may cause loss of appetite, a lack of interest in sex and intimacy. Other symptoms include muscle tension, headaches, insomnia. Frequent panic attacks can also cause you to then fear the anxiety attacks themselves, thereby increasing overall anxiety and probably leading you to have more anxiety attacks because you're so consumed of worrying about them. Yeah. So this constant state of stress can actually lead to clinical depression. Anxiety can also be caused by unresolved trauma and deep emotional pain. So why does this matter? Well, both stress and anxiety stimulate the production of cortisol, yeah, which, if unregulated, can keep the body in a heightened adrenal state in the fight or flight mode, yeah, which then puts extra pressure on the many different nervous system functions throughout the body. So it's not only the central nervous system, it's the parasympathetic nervous system, and there's a couple of other systems that it also impacts as well. So that can also then contribute to a compromised immune system, as well as many other negative health impacts. So can you relate to this? I know that I can. So if you often experience muscle tension, difficulties with relaxation and sleep, restlessness, mood swings, irritability, fatigue, and inability to concentrate, then you most probably suffer from stress and anxiety, and you need to calm your farm. So this is where I want to introduce you to, or perhaps open you more into the realms of the power of essential oils, and the good news that these beautiful doTERRA certified pure essential oils can actually provide a safe and effective natural solution for you that can help you to support your body to promote rest and relaxation. Rest and relaxation will counteract that stress response and the production of cortisol. So how fast do essential oils work? So it's around 22 seconds for the molecules to reach the brain. I'm going to be talking about the olfactory system in a moment. Around 2 minutes, they will be found in the bloodstream. So that's mainly speaking about topical application. And in around 20 minutes, they will affect every cell in the body, which is pretty cool. From my experience and also my personal research with respects to essential oils, is it's the different chemical constituents in the oils will actually scan the body for where they need to go and where they can help promote the body to do what the body does best, which is to help heal itself or to come back into alignment and balance. So let's look at the science of scent. Essential oils are known to have a direct effect on the parts of the brain that control anxiety, stress, depression, and fear, because they work with the limbic brain via the olfactory system. According to one study conducted by a PhD researcher, and I do apologize if I don't get the pronunciation of this correct, but Kai-Zhen Zhuang, exposure to essential oils for 1 hour helps to relax a person as it decreases the heart rate and blood pressure. So when I looked into his work, I found another study which I thought was really interesting, and that's where he looked at whether common essential oils provided actual emotional relaxation effects on the human brain, which was measured by the electroencephalogram, or the EEG. And what they actually found is that it was actually rose essential oil which had the best effect for stress relief and relaxation in both genders, that should say. At the end of that, I just missed out that word. So let's look at the power of aroma, yeah? This is where we need to learn a little bit more about the olfactory system and the limbic system, yeah? So inside your nasal cavity, there is what is called the olfactory bulb, yeah? And whenever you smell any type of aroma, it doesn't matter if it's an essential oil or a flower, yeah? Or it could be baked bread. That scent will then go through the olfactory system and it travels up to the amygdala, which is the access point for the limbic system. The limbic system is responsible for processing emotions and stored memory, which is why you can be triggered by certain smells, which will then, create a scent memory in that sense. So for instance, if it's baked bread or baked cookies, there might be a certain smell that takes you back to your childhood. I know for me, the fresh smell of cut grass and also kind of barbecue, like related back to Sunday afternoon in my childhood. Yeah, so it evoked lots of feel-good memories for me, even if I wasn't feeling that at the time. So that is the power of aroma. So the really cool part about this is that we can actually work with our essential oils to create these positive experiences and these positive associations with smell to help support us through moments of fear, anxiety, and stress responses as well. Using your essential oils in a way that's called aromatically anchoring, you can actually when you are feeling really good and you have some feel-good endorphins running through your body, you can actually move towards your favorite essential oils and take a moment to really breathe them in and focus on those positive emotions that you're feeling and create an anchor. You're creating that pathway in your brain that relates that particular smell to the desired emotional state, so that when you're not in that, you can help yourself come back into that space more easily. And it's like rewiring your neural pathways, yeah, which we all have the capacity to do. And I'm a firm believer that if we give ourselves the chance through dedication and consistency, that we can actually rewire our brains for more positive experiences and outcomes, particularly if we have been in, a severe stress response or having anxious feelings as well. So let's move on to the science of emotional aromatherapy. Yeah, so down the bottom there is some of my favorite blends with doTERRA, which is part of the emotional aromatherapy kit. I will be going more into detail with them on Wednesday night with the emotional aromatherapy class. But I really wanted to share some of the oil properties and the different molecular compounds and the chemical constituents of it. I'm a bit of a nerd with respects to, I like to bridge science and spirit. I like to have a really balanced perspective of anything, really, and that's also with my essential oil usage, and that's why I wanted to include this in here as well. So essential oils in the floral category are typically composed of monoterpenine alcohols, which hold calming properties. Tree, herb, and grass oils are known to promote grounding, soothing emotions, and feelings of renewal, as they primarily include sesquiterpenes, esters, and oxides. Uplifting with a high concentration of ketones, mint essential oils are commonly known to be energizing and uplifting. Citrus oils typically possess significant uplifting characteristics with chemical components like limonene and beta-pinene and monoterpenes. Many spice essential oils are known for their warming properties, which come from phenols. So if you are interested in the scientific components and the chemical components and how they work with your brain, this will give you more of insight, and for you to then perpetuate your research further so that you can match up, particular essential oils due to their chemical compounds for the desired effects and benefits that you want. So when you provide your body the space to rest, restore, and replenish, it actually helps to create resilience to everyday stresses. It can help mental health and well-being, particularly balancing our emotional responses and boosting our immune system. And this is where I want to talk about these beautiful blends of oils, which is part of the mood management kit. And since journeying with doTERRA essential oils, their blends are really amazing. I really feel, since experiencing the benefits myself, that they've got it right, which is really cool, because I love to create my own blends as well, yeah? So the mood management kit consists of these 4 oils here. Yeah, so you've got the joyful blend known as elevation, the calming blend, which is called serenity. In Australia, that is called lavender peace. The invigorating blend, which is called citrus bliss, and the grounding blend, which is balance. These are really beautiful oils that you can use on a day-to-day basis to help support you through those everyday stresses, through those anxious feelings, through the overwhelm, through adrenal fatigue, yeah, when you kind of just go all the time. These beautiful oils can help to take that edge off. So this graph here shows in what aspect you would use those particular blends. Yeah, so the serenity or the lavender peace, it's calming, it's soothing, it helps to alleviate anxious feelings, it can help to reduce cortisol level. Remember, that's the hormone responsible for stress, yeah, and that adrenaline response. And it can help to ease nervous tension. Citrus Bliss is a beautiful essential oil blend which is invigorating. It can help to alleviate anxious feelings. It can promote physical energy. Word of caution, if you have little people at home, I wouldn't diffuse Citrus Bliss or even Elevation after 4 o'clock in the afternoon if you want to create, you know, a nice calm ambience, because they are citrus based. They are, you know, really uplifting and powerful oils, and they can create a lot of amplified and chatty kind of energy in the house. Citrus Bliss has antidepressant qualities to it, and it can help ease nervous tension as well. Elevation. I really love Elevation. It took me a while personally to connect with this oil. It was really sweet for me when I first started it, and now I really enjoy it. So it is an inspiring blend. It can help to encourage you to move through whatever you're working through in your life at the moment, particularly emotional stuff, yeah? It also has antidepressant qualities. It can help to relieve stress, and it can also invoke cheerful feelings. For me, when I feel like I'm in a bit of a funk, when I feel a little bit depressed and overwhelmed, I turn towards Elevation because I feel like it just allows me to poke my head up. When I feel like I'm drowning from all the things, Elevation is my go-to oil. Another go-to oil, which I absolutely love, is the grounding blend, which is Balance. So that creates that grounded and balanced perspective, and also allowing you to come back into your body. Yeah. It is consoling in the sense that you can apply that on your heart when you're moving through some strong emotional feelings, particularly when things aren't really making sense, and perhaps you're feeling a little bit isolated or retreating into yourself. Balance can be really soothing in that respects. It can help you move through feelings of anger as well, yeah, because it is that grounding blend, bring it back into your body. It can help to promote a positive attitude, and it can also assist you in releasing emotional blocks. Serenity or Lavender Peace is a fantastic blend to mix with Balance. Really, really powerful to mix those two together, whether it's in the diffuser or a topical if you're making your own roller blend, yeah? So the best oils to promote rest and relaxation. So these are the oils that you can consider starting a collection of, or, you know, working with to help promote the best state of being, so that you're not in that constant fight or flight, or, you know, harboring those anxious feelings day to day. So they're really beautiful support oils. So the single oils for those: rose, I've got the asterisk there because it relates back to that study, yeah. Lavender is a really beautiful oil. If you're not really keen on the floral oils, another oil that you can use instead of lavender is petitgrain. They've got very similar chemical constituents in them, so they both promote those relaxing qualities. Frankincense, very powerful oil. Clary sage is really cool oil. I actually love to use that in a foot bath. It allows me to just take the edge off the day. Vetiver is a really beautiful grounding oil. It's quite deep. It is a really awesome oil to use for sleep as well. Ylang ylang, cedarwood, bergamot, Roman chamomile. As you know, people drink chamomile tea, so the chamomile has really beautiful calming properties. And basil, I included basil in this one because basil is a powerful essential oil to help support your adrenals. So if you were to work with basil, you could actually apply that in a roller blend. So dilute that with any carrier oil of choice, and you can actually apply that over the kidneys and giving yourself love and gratitude for, the function of the kidneys as well to give you that support. Yeah. Oil blends that you can consider turning towards for support is balance, as we've gone through, serenity or lavender peace. Peace blend is really beautiful. Console, a really gentle and soothing oil. Breathe, also known as easy air, that is a fantastic oil to help when you are in the thick of those anxious feelings, when everything feels constricted and you're struggling to breathe and everything in your chest feels really tight. Applying a couple of drops onto your hand with some fractionated coconut oil or any other carrier oil and just rubbing that over your heart will allow you to take a deeper breath because it opens up the airways. And you'll also find that it'll help you to relax your shoulders and open up that chest cavity so that you can come back into your heart so that you're not in that state of constriction. Yeah. Deep blue or ice blue, that's a really fantastic support to help ease muscle tension or cramping. And I've included these because if your body is in a state of pain or physical tension, that's also then going to, create more of a stress response or trigger those anxious feelings because you're not feeling comfortable in your own body. So past tense is a really awesome essential oil blend that you can, apply to the back of the neck and the shoulders if you're feeling, tension in the head or, muscle tension as well. And Aroma Touch is another beautiful oil blend to help support in that way as well. So here's some beautiful blends that I have found online that you can consider using for your diffusers. And I always encourage people to be curious and to try new things. And, different oils or blends that work for one person might not work for the next. So, it's up to you to have a bit of a play with these. The liquid sleep blend, it is a very powerful blend. It's quite potent in its dilution in that sense, though it has been known to work. So my mother has actually used this one and she's diffused it as well, and that helped to give her consistent 8-hour sleep during the night, which for her was life-changing at the time that she was using it. So I really encourage you to try that blend as well. Sleepy blends. So I reached out to a beautiful Crossline sister, Jacinta Ojwang, and she's from the Inner Peace Collective. And she is known for facilitating and hosting classes with respects to creating rest, relaxation, and particularly sleep blends. So I asked her what particular tried and true blends that she had used to help support and promote a good night rest and a good night's sleep. So her suggestions were cedarwood, vetiver, and lavender. So a couple of drops in the diffuser or 3 to 5 drops of each in a roller bottle. She also said peace, juniper berry, and frankincense, and that's just a couple of drops in the diffuser. Juniper berry is a really beautiful oil for young children to help ease night terrors. If they're waking up during the night from nightmares and feeling a little bit overwhelmed, juniper berry is known to help support those children in that, so you can diffuse it in their bedroom at nighttime. Some really beautiful calming blends. So this is from doTERRA, and I share these, as I mentioned before, to try new things, to try new blends. When you begin to journey deeper with your essential oils, this is where the fun comes in, and you kind of feel a little bit like you're, a kitchen witch in that respect of there's such a beautiful visceral experience that happens when you're working with your essential oils and you're blending them and trying new recipes for blends as well. So I do encourage you to, try a couple of these and see how they go. And if they work for you, then share them with other people. Share the benefits and the effects of these beautiful and powerful oils. Calm Your Farm. I couldn't help it. I was actually surprised when I found this online. So here's this from Natalie Black. I can't read the bottom of that. So big props to her for putting this together. I just wanted to include it because I thought it was quite funny, and it went with the theme of this little class this evening. So I find it funny because I was speaking to my partner about, what Calm Your Farm means and what images that evokes. And for me, Calm Your Farm definitely related to, my family. I could just, visualize all these crazy wild animals in the farm and just like being a bit nuts, and all these barnyard animals like making all these noises and crazy faces and stuff. And his perspective was more of like the funny farm, of like the mental Calm Your Farm in that respect. So I find it really interesting, even the wordplay, how we interpret different things as well. So these are some really cool blends. I included this because it really speaks to the oils that I had suggested anyway. And I really love all of the oils that are listed here, actually. Of course, if you've been journeying with me for a while, you know that frankincense is definitely up there. And I love bergamot as well. Bergamot is such a beautiful citrus oil. So how do you get your oils at wholesale prices if you are, you don't know? So there's two ways with doTERRA. So doTERRA is a direct selling company. So the first way is you become a member, and what that membership gives you is access to all the products at wholesale prices. In Australia, it's a $35 one-off fee. Of course, that's going to be, different for, whatever country you're in, and it will be in your own currency, but it's really a minimal fee, really. So what that membership does is it gives you access to any of the products at wholesale. You can shop whenever you want. It can be 1 o'clock in the evening if you want, or in the morning, and you get them shipped directly to you. Yeah, so depending on where you are, like if you're in around major cities, the shipping time is pretty quick. If you're rural like me, it can take around a week to 10 days to get your essential oils. It depends on where you live in relation to the warehouse that you are purchasing from. But the most intelligent way to buy, and how I started my doTERRA journey, was to start with an enrollment kit. So there's many different enrollment kits that you can start with, and what they do is they bundle, different oils together and actually waivers that membership fee. Yeah. The cool part about your enrollment kits is they usually come with a diffuser. So it's a really easy way to start your essential oil usage, both topical application and also using them aromatically, which is really powerful, working with that olfactory and the limbic system. Yeah. Another thing which is really cool about the enrollment kits, depending on your budget, is you can find one to meet that. And if you are looking at some of the larger kits, if you're like, yep, I really want to give this a go, then there's lots of different rewards, incentives for purchasing a larger kit as well. And, I'll be able to take you through that, or, whoever's reached out to you and shared this class with you or shared doTERRA with you can take you through that journey. So the benefits of having your own wholesale account. So you can just simply have an account and enjoy that discount. So you get 25% off the recommended retail price, and you can use those oils or the other products for yourself, for your family. You can use them in your home and simply enjoy the product. Yeah. You then have the ability to build your collection and access monthly specials with the generous loyalty rewards program. You can receive product credits to redeem in free product of your choice. Totally optional. You're not locked into any contract with this. You are in complete power of your purchasing. Yeah. And even if you do go on the loyalty program, the loyalty rewards program, if you choose that it's not for you or you need to cancel because finances are tight, you can do that and you can just resume it when you're ready. This is what I really love about doTERRA. One, the amazing products, but also because I feel empowered with my purchasing and knowing that I have access to top quality products to help support myself and also my family's mental health, emotional health and well-being, and also, our physical health and well-being too. The other cool part is that if you do want to share these oils, which is probably going to happen when you start working with them and you have a response to them and it's positive and you're building a relationship with these beautiful plant medicines, is you're going to want to tell people about it, or people are going to start noticing a difference in you and they're going to ask you questions. So doTERRA will actually pay you a referral fee as you show your friends and family how to get their own products. Super simple. You can then go a step beyond that and you can choose to do this to supplement or replace your income and build a reliable retirement fund, which is what I'm doing and many others are. Yeah, so if you're ready to come your farm and jump on the oil train, what you can do is contact me. Yeah, so I can take you through this process and I can begin to ask you questions about what you're going to use these essential oils for. I'm really passionate about creating strategy and connecting people with products that actually work for them. Yeah, that's going to cater to your needs and also your budget as well. If you're pretty confident with, the working digitally, you can head over to my personal website, which is donnaraymond.com.au/essential oils. Have a read through of the company if you haven't already, and just follow the prompts there, and you can start your journey by either getting the membership fee and then purchasing whatever you want, or starting with any of the enrollment kits. If I am not the first person to introduce doTERRA to you, then please return back to the wellness advocate that has that relationship with you so that they can support you. doTERRA is all about honoring and, cultivating really beautiful relationships with people, and I love that and I really want to honor that as well. So if that is me, or you resonate with how I facilitate, how I educate and how I support, I would love to have you as part of my Empowered Health and Wellness Collective. All you need to do is reach out. I'm happy to help answer any questions, or to, give you some more areas that you can research into, so that whatever decision that you are making, it's coming from a yes perspective, and you feel empowered in your choices, and you feel empowered knowing that there are some beautiful, potent and powerful plant allies that can help assist you in times of need. So that's it for this evening. On Wednesday night, same time, 7:30, is my emotional aromatherapy class. That's a little bit more in depth. So if you want to journey a little bit more down the how to use essential oils for emotional support, then I encourage you to jump on that call, or of course watch the replay in the groups as I post them. And as always, if you have any questions, post them in the comments section below, as I post this in the Facebook group. Thank you so much for your time this evening. So much love and many blessings. Mwah.